Shalom. That's how we. All right, yo, listen. I'm gonna throw something at y'all. I'm not gonna make this joint too long, but I want to throw something at y'all, and I just want to see like what y'all think about this, like what I'm about to say. Right. So we all know the Garden of Eden story, and we know that Cain was put out of the garden for slaying his brother, right? And we know that Cain went into the land of Nod, and he found a wife, and then he built the city there, and whatever, so forth and so on, right? We know all that. So when you read about Cain being put out the garden, it says that the gateway, the entrance to the garden, the Most High put an angel there, or a flaming sword, right, to block it so he can't enter into it, right? And a lot of people say that it's America, it's this, whatever, right? What if, just hear me, what if when Cain got put out the garden, he got put beyond the ice wall? Because there's a gate where you can go in and out the ice wall, right? So what if that's where he got sent to the lands outside the ice wall, right? And he because if you like read up on anything with Cain, it talks about him having children, stuff and so forth and so on, and it just stopped talking about him, and only one more scripture talks about it, and that's talking about the Isaiah scripture where it says, "How have you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" which we know is talking about Cain, because Cain was the first murderer, right? He was the first murderer, so we know that was Cain. And it talks about that out of him came the people out of him, which they call the Luciferian race, and he called them a scion of a race, an evil race, right? And then the scriptures get into like Esau and all that, and it talks about the other people, but it never talks about Cain no more, right? Now, the one thing that got me believing that it may be Cain is that the Most High said, "I will send a people who you nor your fathers have known." Now, that sentence, you have to pay attention to what that sentence says, because those words are very important. The first thing is, he's talking to whoever's reading what he's saying. Then he's saying your fathers. When he's saying your fathers, he's talking about your bloodline. So that means everybody after Noah. None of these people know, none of your bloodline from the time of Noah and his children, none of y'all know who these people are. You've never encountered them before. You got people out here telling you that these people are Esau. But at the same time, guess what else he do? He shows you attributes of the people. He tell you that the people are very evil and wicked, right? And he tell you like how they don't give a fuck about nothing. And if you ever like really looked into a lot of stuff, a lot of wars and stuff, it wasn't too many people that killed kids, except when the Most High tell you to. He'll tell you wipe out everything, animals and all. These people don't give a damn about nothing, alright? So, and it tells you they will put a yoke of iron upon your neck till thou be destroyed, right? Now, if y'all still believe that when he said they're going to put a yoke of iron on your neck, if you still believe that it's really an iron chain, then yeah, you're not paying attention to what you're reading. Because it tells you that the Most High tell you that he will break the yoke from upon your neck. So that's not talking about a chain. That's a mental yoke, right? That's what you in now, mental slavery, debt slavery and stuff. So you encountering the people that you never known before. None of you. Because you got to think about this. There's two different groups of pale people. Actually, I think three, right? It's about two or three, right? You got the Asians, and then you got the Caucasian men, and then you got the other ones, which they probably come from the Caucasian men, but you know what I mean. So, what if he was placed outside the wall, and the gateway was a flaming sword? And when we started doing the shit that we were doing, when he said that he's going to send the people, he took that lock that was there off and allowed them to come in. Now, you got to think, they might not have came in right away, doing what they doing, but, start integrating, and, you know what I mean? Same thing, like if you read what's his name? What's that guy's name? Fuck it. The guy with the big head. And they talk about like General Monk and all of them. Like he tell you about the people, like how they integrated the people with the people that he created into society, and after they got into society, they started robbing, stealing, killing, raping, doing all types of crazy shit. And that's when General Monk had to gather their asses up and march them over to the Caucasus Mountains and stuff, right? So, like, what if that's what that was with Cain? What if Cain was placed outside of the land masses? So the land masses within the ice wall could be the garden, right? And he got put out. The flaming sword got put there. We were inhabiting the land, right? Whatever, and the other peoples. We went through what we went through, but we never fucked the earth up, right? And we start worshiping idols or whatever, so forth and so on, trying to be like other people. And he said, "Oh, okay. This is what y'all want to do? All right, I got you. I'm gonna let these motherfuckers in here. I'm gonna show you what evil is." And boom. Because think about it. Even when they talk about what's that book called? The Book of Mormon. It talks about like the Columbus thing and everything, right? It talks about that in there, right? But it talks about the people being on the other side across the many waters. And if you really, really looked at the ancient maps, there's not too much water like separating people. If you know what I mean. Oh, I gotta go the other way. I forgot. So, what if coming through the many waters was leaving their landmass, getting on their little boats or whatever the fuck they had, and coming through the gates? They gotta come through water. They gotta go through that frigid land to get over to the lands. What if that's what it was, y'all? What if that's what it was? And what if it was like, because if you ever looked at the Witchcomb lands, there's like dark lands where there's not really that much sun, no light like that. What if they came from that dark land, and this is why the sun fuck with them, because they weren't bred to be around out in the sun like that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, what if this is what's really going on, and we sitting here thinking about a landmass here and a landmass here, and here the whole what we call the earth, the plane, the landmasses inside the wall is the garden, and all creation. I'm talking about all the lands that he ever made. He called earth. The earth pod, the pods and everything. What if And what if, like, you got the land masses with the you know, what they, you could tell, you can see little pods and stuff. You look at that map, right? What if he called those land masses, like the land of so and so? Or you see what I'm saying? Because I'm just like thinking to myself, and I'm saying to myself, like, all right, so an angel blocked the way to get into the garden, so there's an entrance, right? But if you look at America, there's plenty ways to get onto the soil. It's a landmass. But then when you look at the Arctic Ring, there's a gate. There's a fucking gate, y'all, like an entrance. You know what I'm saying? And what if that's what's really going on? What if they really did not come from here? And he allowed them in. And they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. What y'all think? Because think about it, right? All right. Let's just say they were in Europe and stuff like that. Okay. They were around people. Okay. Why are they digging up everybody's fucking family members' graves everywhere? It ain't just here. They all over the place digging up everything. Why? If they were in Europe all that time, they should have some type of family members in caves. They in the caves. They everywhere. Digging up everything. Why? It's like somebody put them in a brand new sandbox with a castle and they finding all this stuff. And you're like, oh man. Like they're not familiar with nothing. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. They like, oh, we don't know what's in the oceans. They don't know nothing. They don't know they don't know what was the hill you, what was not. Like, you gotta have some type of common sense if you've been here all this time. And there's no way you did not encounter the sun. I don't care if you lived in a cave or not. The way they eat meat, they had to come outside. They had to come outside. You know what I'm saying? So they had to see the sun at some point. They had to know about certain herbs and stuff like that. It's just like, and if you're a wild man in the forest, you're going to encounter all types of herbs. Look at the animals. Animals know what herbs to eat when they sick. So I don't think they came from this land at all. I think they came from outside the land. And I think they was in one of them dark lands. And when they got here, this is a whole new thing for them. It's like a whole new world. Because I can't comprehend the greed. Y'all, the greed. Like, even, all right, look at us, right? If we get something, right? And we all right. We could take care of this and that, and we, take care of family and whatever we need to do. We're good. We're good. We do not get to the point where it's like, I need more. Matter of fact, nobody should have anything. I want everybody locked away so I can just walk around and fuck everything up on my own. Like, that's weird. That's weird, y'all. That is weird. So you might want to, it's just something to think about, y'all. And the guy, Getty Green, he the one that made me think about it when he was talking about, the real Japanese people. Like, even the real Chinese people. The actual people that were in China, they were melanated. The real Asian people are melanated. I think they the children of Lot, if I'm not mistaken. They got that look. So, I don't know, like, something's going on. Something they know that they don't want us to know. And you starting to see all these videos with this one headline that says remember, right? And then you got people saying the water, pay attention to the water, right? And you know, you could be thinking about a sea monster coming out the water. You could be thinking all types of stuff, but y'all, what if the water holds the memory, right? The water is what holds the memory. And you know, when they came here, they, you know, with the whatever happened, they somehow took that what do they call that? It's some type of memories, but it's like in the ether. I forgot the name of it, but it's like Akashic records or something like that. Yeah. So what if it's some way they set up something where we can't? Oh, I just did the same fucking thing, y'all. I just turned around and did the same goddamn thing. But you see what I'm saying? That we can't tap into it, and can't remember what really happened. You know what I mean? Because I'm like almost 100% sure that that's what really happened, y'all. I really think that they came from somewhere else. I really do, y'all. I really believe that they came from somewhere else. I think they came from outside the wall. The Creator allowed them in, and this is the fruits of what He said. I'ma send to y'all. God damn, there's a lot of cars coming. Oh my God. I do not want to do this shit again, but I think I'm going to wind up having to. And then it's always somebody driving slow, being newsy. Like, mind your fucking business. God damn. People be so worried about what's going on instead of just minding your damn business. But yeah, so what if that's what it is, y'all? Like, think about that. And if it is that, right? Like, you know, the guy Getty, he get all the credit for that because he thought of that shit. Like, I remember listening to him, and he just popped it out. He just said it. What if they came from outside the world? And I'm like, oh shit. Let me think about that. Let me look into something. I started like reading and looking into stuff and just remembering stuff, and I'm like, whoa. What if they did? What if they did? What if they are the sons of Cain? Right? Because Cain got a mark and it ain't no fucking melanin. That's a damn sure. You know, they hit you. And then think about that, right? Why would they do that? Why would they say the mark of Cain was melanin? Why? It's like they took what was placed on them and handed it to us. Why? We would have never thought about no shit like that. It's like, so it seemed like the role that they what's the word I'm trying to use? Like inherited, like whatever they inherited. It's like they trying to give us their inheritance and trying to take ours. So trying to tell us we don't belong. Like you got people on here, like our own people telling you, no, this ain't ours. We were born here. Like lying, like literally saying that we don't belong on this land. Like that don't even make sense. It's proof that we were here. Our fucking faces everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's, y'all, when I tell y'all this shit is a little wild, it's a little wild, y'all. It is. It's really like it gets a little confusing. But I'm really starting to lean on what the brother said. It's like all arrows are pointing in that direction. It really is. And I'm just sitting here and saying to myself, like, okay, even if you were in a cave, or you wasn't that fucking far in that fucking cave that you know that you don't know with certain things, like a lot of stuff they don't know. Even like they've been here for a while and they still don't know. You know what I mean? You know how, like, it's just a natural thing with us. Like, all right, listen. So the Creator said He put His laws, statutes, and commandments within us, right? So this is why He said He gonna punish us for our iniquities, right? Because we're the only ones that knew Him. And if y'all really thought about what He's saying to us, it actually makes sense. But you gotta learn how to precept stuff and put A and B together and stop reading stuff and listening to liars. So, all right. He said He put His law, statutes, and commandments within us, right? His judgments, right? So when they pass laws that's like fucked up, the first people that get upset is us. We be like, that ain't right. That's crazy. Why would you know what I mean? It's against this, it's against that. It's like we know this stuff naturally, right? We know a lot of stuff naturally, right? It's just naturally for us to just pick up on when somebody's trying to press evil on us, right? A lot of us will embrace it, because He said it's a lot of evil people out of us. It did tell you that. It tell you that evil men from our people said, let's join on to them, so we don't, so we can eat and drink and whatever and so forth and so on. So it's a lot of evil people out of us, right? But at the end of the day, we still know. We know those laws. We might not know them all, but we know the morality. We know that. You know what I mean? And it's just like kind of. I'm trying to think how to put this where. So you can tell who don't know the moral law. And you can tell who do. The people you call African know the moral law, y'all. Yeah. The people you call Indian, I'm talking about the people from, like, that own the gas stations and shit like that. They know the moral law, right? They women know how to cover up and stuff like that. If you really think about it, right? The other people bought dressing naked, women revealing their bodies. Think about it. Most of the immoral shit that we do, the other people brought that to us. If you read the Diary of Columbus, he said we didn't even know about taking from other people. We didn't. So that's kind of like, damn. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. A lot of the stuff that we do, we didn't know about it. We didn't. We didn't have a problem with giving people stuff. And it is kind of weird that they don't. All right, let me say this, right? So they eat raw meat, right? Every melanated race on earth cooks they meat all the way through. They drink blood, right? That's what they do, right? There's not one melanated race on earth that does not cook their meat through thoroughly. I don't care what you are. You could be Habib, you could be Islamic, like the Taliban, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. Whatever you are, you cook your meat through if you melanated. They're the only people that do not cook their meat through. They literally leave blood in their meat, right? Y'all, it's so easy to match them with what's really like what's immoral. It's not hard. And even with the stuff that we're doing now, it's not hard to you know what I mean? To put A and B together. It is not hard. So we let me think. What else we do? Like the dressing with no damn near butt naked. We never did that. They'll lie and tell you that shit. But we ain't do that. We did not do that. People cover themselves up, right? What else? Let me think. Well, it's so much backhanded shit that's going on that, you know, like, okay, putting shit in water. We don't do that. No race do that. It's just the other ones that's outside of, like, it's like a thing with this melanin, right? It's like the melanated people is more in tune with the earth, right? And what it's like, we're in tune with the heartbeat of the earth. We're disconnected a lot now, but we still have a rhythm with it, right? And if you really just think about it, even the other melanated races, when they have their little tribal things, they have a rhythmic dance or something. It's a rhythm, right? So they don't have the rhythmic tune. They don't have that, right? Because you got to think about it, right? Like, and just like, you know, you're taught, and you know, the earth vibrates, right? And the earth vibrates at a rhythm, right? And we vibrate at a rhythm. We're off, right? But we still vibrate at a rhythm. So we know that the water is sacred. We ain't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? We know that the land is sacred, right? The trees, we know not to cut the trees down and kill the trees. We know you find the trees that died and fell, or find the tree that's dead, and then you cut that down. But you don't destroy life, right? We know this because you got to be in tune with it. And if you do happen to like have to kill an animal for sustenance, you know what I'm saying? It's like a prayer that you give back, or you speak into the earth for something for that animal to return, like that blood or that spirit. Like, it's like, so when you just straight out just kill a fucking animal and just leave it, let it die and all that shit, and don't, you know, like if you look at like the Passover thing where they tell you to take the animal in the house and get to know the animal and so forth and so on, and get a bond with the animal, right? When you kill that animal, y'all, it's not in cruelty. It's not like, fuck it, I'm hungry. You know what I mean? It's more of a, like you thanking the animal for putting its life up to keep you alive. And it's like you telling it to return back to the land. Like, you're gonna walk into the time of into the spiritual realm, but walk right back into the land of the living. Like, you know what I mean? Turn back into the living, right? So we knew this stuff, and now, well, to be honest with you, I really don't know no black people that hunt. I don't. I mean, I know it's something out there, but I don't know a lot of our people that hunt. And I hate to use the word black, but y'all know what I mean. No melanated people that really, I mean, that hunt. Like, just go and just shoot fucking animals and be shooting them and shit. Like, it's this video on top of video, just murdering fucking, these are living beings, y'all. And like, okay. And I got, you know what? And I'm gonna put this out there too, right? I kind of understand where the activists, like the people that don't, you know, with the slaughtering of animals, they don't like it and shit like that. Because once you get an animal, right? Once you have a pet, right? And you start to see the pet for what the pet is, right? you start to realize that, damn, that fucking animal, that pet of mine has a personality, right? I'll give you a for instance. I have a fucking cat. I didn't even name this motherfucker, right? I think I named him Patches. I'm not even fucking sure. My sister called him Dick Face because it looked like he had a dick on his face, right? Or whatever. But that's what my sister called him, right? She's like, where that Dick Face ass cat at? I just say, come here, or psst, or whatever, right? I don't fucking know. But that psycho ass, retarded ass cat has a whole personality, right? And I'll prove it to you. Let me tell you what this motherfucker did. The one thing I don't play, don't get on my goddamn counters, don't get on my goddamn couches, don't climb up on my goddamn bed or whatever, you know. Don't be doing that. No, we don't play that. I'm cooking food and your motherfucking ass trying to get you a goddamn sandwich. No. Or putting your paw in my damn food or whatever. No, we don't play that. We don't do that. We don't feed our cats or animals with the spoon that we making the food out of. That don't fly, right? So I get a package, right? I'm opening this package up. It's a like I had ordered something and they sent like a watch or whatever, like a, you know, they do like a complimentary thing or whatever, right? So I open it up and I got the watch and I'm reading the paperwork. So the cat come over there and he see that I got something that he ain't got. Like the motherfucker know somebody got something and he ain't get shit. So this nigga takes the fucking box and runs off with the box, right? And puts it under the chair. So now I'm hunting this damn box down because the cat took it and hid it, right? So I'm trying to figure it out. I moved the chair. I can't find this goddamn box, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? So now look, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something with animals. So my dog, we got, you know, my dog named Capone, right? XL, real big motherfucker, big ass head. Y'all seen it. Well, if you watch my videos, you saw it. So when we take Capone out to the bathroom, that nigga want to go, right? And he get mad when Capone goes out to the bathroom because he couldn't go, right? So when Capone come in the house, this nigga got an attitude. Any other time, he cool, right? You know, he'll, you know, whatever. This nigga got an attitude to the point where he sit there, the tail wagging all fucking hard, and he's on the step. He downstairs. When you come in, you gotta walk up steps. This nigga wagging his tail hard as shit, waiting, right? So he come in, the dog come in, and Capone ain't one of them dogs that's scared of a cat. He'll walk right over that motherfucker, right? So the cat will be looking at him when he come in like, motherfucker, you know, them ears go back, right? And he'll start fucking with him. Like fucking with him. Till he snap. And you'll be thinking it's a fucking fight in there, because, you know, you hear him like start snapping, like, whatever, right? Chasing him and shit. This little son of a bitch. Let me tell you what this fucking cat did. So my dog bowl is like, it's a nice size bowl, y'all. This motherfucker took the dog bowl, y'all, under the chair, and I couldn't find it, right? Couldn't find the bowl. So come to find out, you take money out your pocket, and if you don't do what he want, he will take it, right? He will take it, right? Ain't no thing out there. It ain't out there. So he'll take it. He'll take your money. So like, let's say he asks you for something to eat or whatever, and you'll know because he'll make this long ass round, like, you know, because he wants something to eat, right? And you take your money out your pocket. And if you don't give him food when he want that food, you come back in that room, that money gone, right? So turn around, it's just shit missing. everywhere. I'm thinking motherfuckers stealing from me, right? It's shit missing everywhere. The dog bowl gone. This is gone. That gone. I got money missing. I got this missing. I got that. It's just shit missing, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This nigga is really doing some revenge shit. Every time he don't get his way, he's doing some revenge. Like, we take the dog out, right? And when the dog go out and, you know, because, you know, he got to tell you he got to go to the bathroom, which my dog is trained very well, but I gave him a turkey, like what they call, what's that meat when you dry it out? I forgot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I give him a big-ass turkey treat, right? But it's meat. So, you know, my dog started dancing and shit. When my dog started dancing, the cat know he gonna get a treat. So now, the cat sees the dog get a treat, and he's looking at me like, well, where mine's at? You know, and one time I gave him a piece, and he left that shit there. So, I get him stuff here and there, but that nigga don't. He just wanted because the dog got it. So my dog started dancing around and, you know, doing all this and shit when he gets a little treat and, you know what I mean, and bouncing around and acting all fucking happy. This motherfucker goes open the goddamn cabinet, take the bag of treats under the couch. Alright? So I know everybody gonna say, oh, well, yeah, everything's in the couch. No, it wasn't in the couch. None of the shit was in the couch. Boom. So I'm cussing my son out like, yo, why is you... I said, you know how much this goddamn bags of the turkey meat costs? It's like fucking $25 a bag for this little ass bag, right? It's like the size of, not the small, you know, the 35-cent bag of chips. The other bag that's $1.69 is like the next size up. You get a bag like that with the meat in it, and it don't even be full to the rim. That shit like damn near $30, right? So I'm cussing my son out like nigga, you ain't buying this shit. You know what I mean? Why you keep giving them all this, like give them one piece of damn meat? Stop giving them 2 and 3 pieces. So my son like, I didn't give him no meat. And I'm like, where the stuff at? He like, I don't know. Maybe the cat took it. I'm like, man, come on, man. Why would the cat take the dog treats? He said, all I know is he got mad the last time I gave Capone the treat. I said, all right, but he usually try to fight the dog. He's like, well, maybe he thought of something different. So, boom. Okay. So now he done took all this stuff, y'all. I'm talking about money. He took my fucking phone one time. I mean, shit is just missing, right? This is how I found everything, because he took my phone. So, one more thing he do that gets on my fucking nerve. I like my room dark, right? So when it's daytime and I still want to sleep, it look like it's night in that motherfucker, right? So I got these electric shades where, you know, you could tell what y'all call Alexa, I call it Ziggy. You could tell Ziggy to roll up the, the shade up a 1/4 inch or whatever like that, right? So this motherfucker will get in the window and move my blackout curtains, right? And it'll be light in the room when I'm sleeping. He'll do it all the time, right? And he know he ain't supposed to do it. So he'll go sneak in the window. I'll see a light out the corner of my eye, or I hear him, and I'll say, get the hell out of my window. So this nigga will jump out the window, he'll meow, right? And if he make me mad enough, I'll jump up. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass or whatever, right? So he'll run under the bed. This nigga will come out from under the bed and go, meow, meow, and come over and start rubbing his head on my foot and shit. Like trying to, you know what I mean? Like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to get in the window. And once you say, oh, you know, you pet him or whatever, like, all right, whatever, go, you know, do you, or come here or whatever. That motherfucker go right back and try to open that goddamn window again. He'll keep doing it. And then he'll keep coming to you trying to make up with you, but to get you to, you know, be cool, and then he'll turn around and do it again. He's a motherfucker, right? So, the one time, I take the dog out, I get the dog a treat, I bought the cat some, like, these tuna stuff that's in these little strips. So I get the cat the tuna. So he eats it. I give him, like, a 1/4 of the little tube. So he eats it. He like that shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. This motherfucker goes open the goddamn refrigerator, which I still can't understand, gets the goddamn strip out and brings it to me. So now you done put your dirty ass in my refrigerator, right? You don't belong on my counter. You don't belong on it. You don't belong on it. Where's you getting all these bad fucking mannerisms or whatever you want to call it from? So boom, he come to me with the thing like he want more. So I'm like, how did you get this? So now I'm thinking my son gave it to him trying to be funny. So I called him. I said, yo, like, stop doing funny shit, giving the cat stuff and everything. He like, Dad, I'm at work. He's like, I ain't get that cat shit. I said, so now you telling me the cat opened up the refrigerator and took the goddamn tuna, the Witchcomb thing I got him, and brung it to me because he want more. I mean, within 5 fucking minutes, yo, I gave him the stuff. He ate it. I closed it up. I put it in the bottom of the door in the refrigerator in the box that he got. This motherfucker opened the door. I'm talking about the very bottom of the door. The bottom shelf I reserve for like anything that's, got to stay cool with dog or cat stuff, right? Like they treats or whatever like that. If it got to stay cool, usually it's just the cat stuff and it's in the box or whatever. This motherfucker go in the refrigerator, open the fucking box, get the one that was open, put it in his mouth and bring it to me. And then he gonna meow me to fucking death. So now I'm like, how did you get this shit? Right? I'm talking to a fucking cat. He know what he did, so he run. He runs with the strip under the couch. Right? So I'm like, you little motherfucker, whatever. So now I'm to the point, I ain't moving no goddamn couches. Right? Cool. I'm tired of moving couches and shit because I can't find his ass, right? It ain't no hole in the bottom of the couch or anything, so I don't know where the fuck he at. Cool. So, I think my man Bub called me, right? I'm on the phone. He told, matter of fact, Bub called me. He on the phone, he like, yo, all right, I'm gonna hit you back or whatever, so forth, so on. I'm like, all right, cool, boom. I put my phone down, right? I go in the bathroom. We ain't gonna get into that conversation, but I'm in the bathroom, right? Boom. I come back in my room. I'm not thinking about nothing, y'all. Like, I got my little lounge chair, and my ass be in that motherfucker. Like, I don't even lay in my bed. I be in my fucking lounge chair, pillowed up, old man and that shit, right? So I'm not thinking about it, y'all. I sit down in my lounge chair, turn on my damn projector. I'm sitting there watching my manhwa, where they talk about movies. They show you, they do like a breakdown of anime stuff, movies, whatever like that. But this is one anime dude that be doing. It's called manhwa. He be having some shit on there. So, I'm not thinking about it. I'm sitting there watching my manhwa shit, and I start hearing this faint ring. So I think my son came home from work. So I'm like, fine. Your phone ringing or something, but my son got Apple. I don't do Apples. I do Galaxy, right? So it's a Galaxy, right? So I'm like, wait, it ain't no Galaxy, right? So I get up. I'm looking. I'm like, where my phone at? I'm all over the fucking room looking for my phone. I done lifted, all in the crack of the chair and then flipped the chair up because I thought the phone fell inside the side of the chair and stuff. I'm in the bathroom. I'm everywhere looking for my phone. I'm to the point where I can't even call nobody because I don't have my phone. So what I do, if y'all know anything about the Echo Show, it's like it look like a picture frame, but it's the little thing that control your house. I can't think of the word they use, right? So I named mine Ziggy. You can call it Alexa, computer, or Ziggy. So I call it Ziggy. So I say, Ziggy, call my phone. So, and I got the one. So when you get the new, I have the old one. Well, I got both. I got the new one and the old one. But the newer one, it's got more features and stuff to it. It's bigger. It's a 20-inch. So what I did was the original one, I got the 16, I think it is. That one's in my room. So I went to, well, even the older one, you can actually do the download where the up, upgraded all the software and stuff, right? But I'm just getting into the new one. So the new one, you can actually, which the old one you can do too. You can change the voice, but with the new one, you can actually pick like mannerisms of how you want it to talk to you. So like when I want her to remind me of something or tell me to do something, I need her to tell me in kind of a forceful but rude kind of way. So when it's time for me to feed my fish, which is every 3 days, she'll say, "Hey Greg, feed the fish," like that. She won't say, "Hey Greg, it's time to feed the fish," or reminder to feed the. She'll say, "Hey Greg, feed the fish," like that, right? Like kind of, a little ignorant. And so when I go to her and I have her call me and everything, right? So she says, "You lost your phone again?" Like she like rude, kind of fun. So I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need all that right now. I just want you to call my damn phone." Right? Cool. So my phone's ringing. I hear it. It's near the couch. It's coming from the couch. The couch that the cat runs into, where the stuff disappears into a portal that I can't seem to fucking find. So I'm gonna give y'all a brief rundown of my little spot. I did have some videos on there with me in it sometimes, but I told myself to stop doing that because I don't need a bullseye on my back because people are very jealous. So when you come in my apartment, you have to walk up the steps. When you walk up the steps, it's actually is still my apartment. The downstairs and stuff, right? The doorway and everything. So when you walk in the door and you right in front of the steps, on the side of the wall, there's two big ass black boxes that you take your dirty ass shoes off and you put them in the box. And I got disposable slide-ons or flip-flops, and you put them on and you come upstairs, right? So when you're walking up the steps, I have a half wall at the top of the steps. So on that half wall, I have two big ass fish tanks, right? Side by side. So all you see is water and fish, right? And when you get up there, I built like I guess the shelving thing or whatever to hold the pumps and all that. But I had to make it smaller than the tank because half of the tank is on the wall, right? And I got my water purifier, all my pumps and everything that I need inside the cabinets, that's bolted to the wall and on to the floor and stuff like that, right? So, and I wrapped the top of the fish tank, like it's like the wood right there. I wrapped it in that blue material that I did my 3D wall with, where my projector and stuff is. See my projector, where I made my projector screen on the wall, right? So, and my couch is the same color as the blue. I love it. That's a beautiful blue, right? So I takes the couch, I flips the couch. I got the couch like flipped the other way, right? I lift the fucking couch up, shaking it. I don't hear nothing, right? I'm like, where is the fuck is this damn cat taking my stuff? So when you come up my steps, right, I have the sound deadening pads, you know what I'm talking about? That what they call eggshell cones or whatever. The black ones, right? It's supposed to stop the sound and vibration, but I got them like, straight turn, a pattern, right? From the sidewall coming downstairs, all the way downstairs, all the way up the steps. All the way, that whole entire wall is covered, right, in a pattern, right? Boom. On one of them, I have what you call a false door, right? That door, if you hit the door, it's got a magnet on it. If you push it, you can't tell it's a door. I have my AR in there, and this is where I can turn the water on to fill up my tanks or whatever, right? Because one time I left it on, it's a witchcom on there, like a float device to turn the toilets on and off. But for some reason, he must have got stuck or something, and it fucking damn near flooded my house. So I turn the shit off, and I'll turn it on when I need, put water in it. So, and I got my assault rifle there. So, and it's like at the top of the steps. So if you come in and me and my son get them handguns on you, and we get to them steps, I don't know what to tell you. That's how we play. We got the handguns upstairs, and we got that motherfucking right there in the wall, like a couple steps away from the top of the steps. So once we back you down and you ain't running, and I hit that spot, and I grab that motherfucker and open that bitch up, because it breaks down. We can fold the stock in and the grip and everything. We can fold it up, right? So once that motherfucker get grabbed, I don't know what to tell you. That's about your ass. I told y'all my son is in the National Guard, so he be getting that work. So that's our little area, right? Whatever. So something tell me to open up the door to one of the cabinets below the tank. So where my hoses are coming out, to fill, to drain, for the water to, circulate around. And I also have a bridge from one tank to the other, like a plexiglass bridge. It's a nice big old box. It goes from one tank to the other, so the fish can swim up into the box and go into the other tank. It's like a big old, wherever, because I couldn't find an 8-foot long tank. So, well, I couldn't afford that motherfucker anyway. So, I'm looking, and I open the door and I look, y'all, and this fucking cat done ate the fucking wall around where is opposite of the door where the gun is. So he done ate the wall around big enough where he can go in the wall and take in there anything he want. And I found every fucking thing that was missing. Phone, everything. Dog bowl, y'all, I had $1,000 in the fucking wall. This is how much money this fucking cat been stealing. And it's not like he's stealing all the money. He take whatever he can hold in his little kitty mouth and put it in the fucking wall. So, which I ain't mad about the $1,000, because that was really nice of him. But it saved me a rack. But the thing is, y'all, when I tell y'all, it was so much shit in that goddamn wall that cat took. And like I told my son, that shit was spiteful. And every time he don't get what he want, or he in trouble for doing some fuck shit, that motherfucker would go and take something that he know you need. Piece of shit ass cat, y'all. So I finds everything. And I tell my son, and I'm like, yo, this motherfucker done opened the wall up and this. Y'all, I swear, I should have took a picture. If y'all would have seen all the stuff in there. It was so much stuff in there that he took. I'm talking about, I had bought a brand new pack of socks. Right? Like a nice big 12 pack in there. In there, y'all. Bought some brand new polo white t-shirts, blue, black. They give you the sorted John. In there. This motherfucker drawers in there. He taking everything. This mother, you listen, and I say that to say this. Don't never let nobody tell you these animals don't have personalities and they don't have feelings and this and that, because that fucking cat robbed us blind. You hear me? Robbed us blind. Well, me. Because my son closed and locked his door. But I don't. I don't feel that I should have to lock my door. But, yeah. That motherfucker robbed my ass blind. You hear me? And look, when he saw me go in there, right? This is how crazy this is. When he saw that I was going in there, I found his little stash spot. This motherfucker runs and go hide under my bed, right? And all you hear me say, "What the fuck?" And that motherfucker, that nigga, got the fuck out of there. You hear me? He said, "Oh shit, the jig is up." He done caught my ass. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I say this, y'all, just like, these animals have personalities. You know what I'm saying? They feel pain. They know when they lose a loved one, like their kids die or whatever. You know, I know my story was long-winded, but it's the truth. It's the truth, y'all. These animals do the same shit we do. Spiteful and everything. Because he's a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So that's where I say I understand when they, the activist people, not just white people, but all, the activist people talk about like the cruel murder and killing of animals, like, because they do have personality, they do feel. You know what I mean? They do hurt. Like, you take a animal's child and slaughter his child in front of it. Like, the prime example was with the fucking elephant. When that poacher killed that lady, killed that fucking elephant, and that motherfucker killed that broad and then turned around. That bitch had her funeral. That motherfucker sniffed it out and traveled. Found that motherfucking funeral and dragged that bitch out the coffin and threw her ass around some more. So, yeah, like, you cannot say that, bro. Like, they really do have personalities. And they do feel. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you cannot say that.
You send me some, please?
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So, I just put that out there. You know what I mean? Just don't let somebody tell you a lie and make you think that it's, animals and whatever else is going on this plane don't have no emotions or no understanding, because they do. These animals are very smart. So, what I'm gonna do, y'all, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm gonna look into more of the ice wall situation. But all honesty, y'all, I really do think that's where they came from. I do believe it. I think they really did. I think they were allowed to come here. And this is why it's more of a plunder than them just, trying to make sure they good. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta get back to this work. All right, y'all. Shalom. I'm gonna upload this now.